Everyone. This is the week 6 multimedia discussion board covering comprehensive concepts and connections related to general public administration and public service management leadership. Okay, so for the GPA standpoint, I'm taking a look at bounded rationality and the limits that public agencies have and how they come up short and make suboptimal decisions and why that is. And then also taking a look at Long's theory of power and administration and how that contributes to high source of power for bureaucratic agencies, yet low accountability, and how that may be an issue from a GPA standpoint. And then for PSML, we're taking a look at human relations theory, looking at how to take care of your people and how they play into your organization's performance, as well as systems theory and taking a look at the overall structure. So with bounded rationality, you have these complex problems and people employed, even machines used in public agencies, they have their limitations. And even if they have exceptional ability, the information is limited as to what they can take in and analyze. And not only that, you have time constraints. This is especially important from a GPA standpoint because, as we see, politics has a large effect on public administration, and politics can be responsible for placing these time constraints. Say for congressional leaders, they have about 2 years in office, and they may push for certain agencies, certain public entities to make strides within those 2 years, even within 4 years. And because of that, you end up with suboptimal decisions. So knowing this and that our public agencies are making suboptimal decisions, we have to take a look at how do we compensate for this. And is it even best to make optimal decisions? I provide a YouTube video later, and it shows that even if you make the optimal decision that is the most efficient, it may not be popular. So then we have to determine from a public administrative standpoint, what is optimal? Is optimal most efficient, high performance, or is optimal just giving the people what they want? Now, getting into Long's theory of power and administration, I found this graph. It's one of the best, I believe, to really break it down. Now, bureaucracy, high authority, high power, but the accountability seems to be a little bit low. So you have your political leadership, as you see. They have a middling power, they have a little bit more accountability. That's because the people elect them directly, and based on the performance of the political leader in their office, they're going to be judged accordingly by the people. Now, with the bureaucracy, you have so many layers within a single organization, and then even to accomplish a task, we look at marbling and the interplay between local, state, and federal agencies. It's hard to really hold one person, much less one agency, fully accountable. But yet their power to carry out projects and programs is very high, especially because it gets to the point where you cannot even really get rid of these agencies. It just seems to stay there forever. So high power, low accountability, how do we address that? It's very important from a GPA standpoint. Now getting into PSML, taking a look at systems theory, human relations theory. Now, systems theory, actually both of these go against what Taylor was saying about scientific management. Scientific management was high efficiency, finding the one right way to do things. Now, systems theory, you want to take a whole big picture view of organization. You come in as a general manager, a CEO of a public agency, a director. And you want to see, okay, how do the people, machines, and environment all connect and interact? And then we also have different goals, values within a public agency. I worked at one public agency that had 10 different service areas under one umbrella, and every single service area had a different mission, different values. Now, if you're going with scientific management, you're going to say, okay, there's one right way to do everything, But yet these 10 service areas were very diverse, and it's hard to really place them all in the same box. And that's where we get systems theory and the development of systems theory recently, saying that we have to look at how this service area and its environment interact. We have to look at how this service area has certain technology available to them and how they can get the job done. So it's trying to take the whole picture, weigh all of the information available, and then make the proper decision. Now, from a human relations standpoint, again, going against Taylor's scientific management and saying one right way, doesn't matter what it is, there's one right way, let's get it done. Human relations theory, it's taking into consideration your people. What do your people need? What motivates them? What organizational structure works best for them? And from a leader and management perspective, you really have to take a look and even survey your employees, get a gauge on morale, get a gauge as to what they're looking for, because every public agency may be different. You could provide the same working conditions to one set of people, and then you can go across to a different city, provide the same working conditions, and they're not going to go for it. You also have to look at the interplay between the employees and the union public agencies. So then this graph shows, okay, how do you take into consideration people's input? And then you have different results, such as decentralized authority, centralized authority, or other forms of management. So here are some proper resources to review these concepts more in depth. I found that the boundary rationality crash course YouTube video is pretty succinct and straight to the point. The Power and Administration article by Norton Long. I mean, it's the original source article. It's in the textbook format. It takes a little bit of time to read, but it's really clear once you get to the end of it. And then 2 more YouTube videos for human relations and systems theory. So thank you for listening, and I look forward to reviewing your videos. Take care.